is a place where you should. It helps you to grow, it helps you to be a better person. 4 years, 5 years along the way, on your career path, it's not your degree that counts the most. It is the quality of personality you have developed on you, on top of the degree that matters. In some books, they say it is a soft skill. I call it as a human skill. It helps you to be better in the environment that you work in. Invest in yourself, work on yourself, make the most of your journey in the Gavel.
Thank you all for coming. So today is not about winning. The contestants are here to show their creativity and to entertain us. So with that being said, I want you all to relax and enjoy the event. Before that, to kick things off, I'm gonna invite Gavel for an icebreaker. Please.
Hi, good evening. My name is Gavel. I am not the president of Gavel. I'm the president of Book Club. So now it's a bit cold, so I'd like all of you to stand up. Let's do a short icebreaker. When I say head, you put your hand on your head. Then for shoulder, for waist. When I say clap, you clap. Alright? Let's do one trial round now. Let's see if you guys can understand the instructions. Alright. Head, shoulder, waist, clap, clap, waist, shoulder, head. Alright, you guys okay. Okay, so I'm going to switch it up. It's still gonna be the game. I'm gonna try to kick out some of you while we're going. Okay, so head, shoulder, clap, waist, clap, shoulder. I'm actually having fun. Head, shoulder, head, clap, clap, shoulder, waist, waist, head. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna do this for a short one. When you miss, you sit down. So we're not going to do the whole round because it's probably gonna take time, but so if you miss it, I trust you, accountability, so that you'll sit down, because I can't keep track of every single one of you guys. Alright? Okay. Head, shoulder, waist, waist, clap, head, shoulder. Head, shoulder, clap, waist, clap, head, shoulder, head, shoulder, clap, shoulder, waist, head, clap, shoulder, head, clap. Alright, let's do head, shoulder, clap, head, shoulder, clap, head, shoulder, clap, head, shoulder, clap, waist, clap, head. Alright, we only have how many contestants left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Head, shoulder, clap, head, shoulder, clap, 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 shoulder, head. Head, shoulder, clap, shoulder, clap, head, shoulder, clap, waist, head, shoulder, clap, 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 shoulder, clap, waist, head. You guys are tough. Okay. Head, shoulder, clap, shoulder, clap, head, shoulder. Alright. 3 people. I'm going to do it with you. Head. Alright. Head, shoulder, clap. Head, shoulder, clap. Alright, thank you. We have our winner.
Please give him another round of applause. Now let's welcome our first contestant, Sumaya Saeed. If you could instantly master any talent, what would it be? Good luck.
Hi everyone, my name is Sumaya, and I guess I'm the first contestant here. To answer the question, I would say I'm really into language, so I would, I would like to master all the languages in the world and be multilingual, yeah, and pro multilingual, and so on. Good morning, this is Sumaya again. I am here to take you on a little journey of mine to the journey where I realized that sometimes letting go was not giving up, but a strategic reset to get up stronger. In the olden times, that is 6 years, I once got on a vehicle that is between a minibus and a mini taxi and a bus that we call a launch or ticket. So here's the thing about tickets if you don't know, which would be actually a surprise. They're actually their gym. They get filled to the rim. If you're standing, you will get suffocated while trying to be there if you're not a tall person. And as you can see here, some of us are not blessed in that area. But that's not the worst. Let's say you kind of survive the suffocation, which by the way later on you should get a lottery ticket because that's so rare and you're really lucky. Comes the worst, which is surviving the high handles. So now again, for some people, no big deal. For the others, big deal. No offense. And now imagine these two combined. Your friend here was struggling to stay up, to not fall. I was holding on, I was fighting the pain in my palms while trying to hold on as much as I could until I just was not. I let go because it was hurting. Now, if you ask me between holding on to something, between holding on in pain or letting go and being and falling, and I was not holding anymore. Can you guess what happens when you let go of the thing that was causing you pain? You feel no pain, relief, instant relief. That question's like, why was I even holding? Start circulating. So, but do you know why you were holding on? Because of what happens when you let go of the thing that was making you stand. You fell down, you kissed the ground. But between holding in pain or letting go and falling, I would rather choose the latter while kissing that same ground. Here it is, let me tell you why. When I when I let go, I was safe. Some people stopped me mid-fall, so yeah, the contact with the ground was kind of a shock for advertisement, but carrying on, some even got me a seat to sit. And that made me learn something even though that was not my intention. Sometimes letting go was not the end. Sometimes it's part of the journey where you just rest and recharge more. Sometimes it's an invitation for others to help you. Sometimes it's just finding a seat that you didn't even know was waiting for you. In life, most of us hold into things that hurt us, into those high handles. It could be in universities, in jobs that drain us, having high expectations, or even projects that are not going anywhere. We hold into them because we are afraid to fall. We are afraid of the unknown. But behind that unknown could be a relief, something better, something like finding people who are there to help you, to support you. So now I want you all to take a moment to examine what you're holding into, the high handles in your life, and ask yourself, are they helping you more than hurting you, or are they hurting you more than helping you? If they are hurting you more than helping you, so then dare to let go, because on the other side of that fear, on the other side of that fear is freedom, support, and even a seed for you to rest, reset, recharge, and get up stronger. And I just feel the need to add this. I got on that circus because at that time they were cheaper than taxis. Thank you. Back to you.
Please give her another round of applause. When Sumaya first joined Gavel Club, she was very nervous and wouldn't ever think of doing this. And seeing her today, I'm really proud of her. Thank you for your speech. Okay. Our second contestant is Osi Gitacho. Before we proceed, our judges will get 1 minute of silence. Okay, it's been 1 minute. Actually. I'm gonna ask Osi a similar question. What's the weirdest food you've had in your life? And you've liked? Yes. Answer that and then proceed your speech, please.
Okay. The weirdest food I had on the graduation ceremony of my preparatory school leaving examination, I had an Indian food. It was so spicy, and I've never eaten food with spicy like that. Even as an Ethiopian, I can't stand it. That spice was too much hot. So that was the weirdest food I had. So, Osi Getachew, that's my name. I'm the master's student of St. Mary here in the Green Campus. So, with that being said, let's proceed to our speech now. Your Mind. That's the title of my speech, Your Mind. We've all heard this word, Your Mind, in poems, in love songs, in love letters, but I want you to see it in a unique way. Your Mind. Our past, that's ours. And our future also, that's ours. So when we say your mind, let's imagine a woman with no classroom, no desks like this, or any chalkboards. It's Mother Teresa. In Calcutta, Mother Teresa faced one of the defining moments of her life. She was a teacher for a privileged girls before, and now she's facing a hard reality in Calcutta, teaching children by writing letters on the dirty floor with a stick. That was a defining moment as she speaks. So, in that defining moment, she persisted. She persisted by
Let's just move on to the next contestant and then we'll get back to OC, right? Okay. Our third contestant is Adania Andala. Please welcome Adania Andala. You're going to introduce yourself and then answer this question. Imagine if you're invisible for one day, what would you do? What's the first thing that you do?
Hi everyone, I'm Adania. So to answer the question, I think there's this place I always wanted to go. It's around Tigray. It's a monastery. I think I will go. It will be the first place to go. So then go to my speech. My title is Matilda. Have you ever heard of Matilda? Maybe you heard from a story, a little girl who outsmarted adults, like misunderstood but full of imagination. Or like if you don't know her, maybe if you're a Harry Styles fan, you might heard his song Matilda. It has this line that says, you don't have to be like everybody else, you can let it go. For me, Matilda was not just a character, she was a mirror. Growing up, I was sensitive girl, sensitive kid who felt everything and like felt things deeply. I cried over small things like when my toy broke or when my teachers raised their voices at me. I missed my mom more than I could explain. Even like the little goodbyes were really heavy. So on the outside, people thought I was being dramatic at the moment, and on the inside, like I never felt how to put like my words. I never knew how to react to things. I was intense and soft at the same time, loud and quiet. It was like a whole roller coaster for me. Um, but then, like growing up, these three people changed things. The first one is my best friend. One time we were listening to Harry Styles' song Matilda, and she said, "Oh, you're like Matilda. This song's like basically for you." And at first, I just laughed and brushed it off, and like that word stuck with me. Yeah, maybe I am Matilda. I am the little girl who were like who never people understood her, who dreamed about like bigger things, but like the other, like the one who never saw me. Yeah, maybe I am Matilda. And the second person is someone I know from online that I follow. She posted her thoughts, just random things like it was genuine, it was simple. It was like today's bright, the sun is shining. It was simple like that. It was never a polished essay or something. That's why I was attracted to her. And like her honesty, it was ordinary, but it was enough to post. So like if she did, why not me? I just wondered, like I could do that too. And the third person was someone once read from my journal, and at the moment, I'm not gonna lie, I was embarrassed. I felt exposed, but they didn't laugh. They just say, you know what, you have something you can write, you can speak, and that thing stuck with me. It was like a like you can say a key to a locked door and stuff. So I just realized one thing I understand after that was this kind of stage. It was not for perfect people with uh, polished essays or neat thoughts, your imaginations. It was not for that. It was if you're brave enough to begin this is the stage where you can start your journey. That's when I understand that. And if you ever felt like you're too much, you were never too much. If you want to begin, don't wait for the right moment, the right page, the right time. Just begin now. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
Let's please give her another round of applause. Timer, could you please tell us how much time she used? 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Okay. 1 minute of silence for the judges. Timer, please show me red when it's 1 minute. All right, it's been 1 minute. Now we'll proceed to the fourth contestant. Please welcome our own Khalid Ahmed. Animals could talk. What animal would you talk to first?
Hello everyone, my name is Khalid Ahmed. Any animal? When I choose dinosaurs, one is their predators and other predators. Okay. Hello everyone. My speech today is failure is not an option. Let's talk about failure. Well, it's annoying, but it's kind of an uninvited guest to a house party, eating all of your snacks, your drinks. But the greatest thing about failure is it teaches us something. What's the point of success if you can't learn from it? Even let's look at one of history's great inventors, Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison. There are a lot of failures. Even Thomas Edison, it didn't take him 1 day to build it. He had 110,000 tries. But even on those failures, he learned his mistakes. He kept repeating again and again, even if it took 100 tries, even if it killed him. Even Leonardo da Vinci, when he first tried to design his first airplane, I mean, he had a lot of mistakes. He had more mistakes than some of us have unread emails. Funny thing, success is built on a mountain of failures, and each of them gives us different perspectives. Sometimes when we fail, we either close our doors, cry about it, or we get up, we learn from our mistakes, we try again and again. Even if the universe is telling us to do the opposite, we look upon the night sky and tell him, you can't stop me, I'm unstoppable. No matter how many paths you take on me, God is always on my side. He's always will be. So lesson for everyone is, just because you fail, that doesn't mean you're a failure. We learn much from failure than we do in success. Or otherwise, we refer this quote, if you don't succeed, try again. Or as I put it, if you don't succeed, just blame gravity for putting you down instead of lifting you up. As for me, sometimes when I fail, I get angry, I get upset. Sometimes I feel like I want to break something, either a glass or a chair, or throw that laptop on someone. But I won't do that. I'm not a violent person just because I'm a failure. I try again and again. Even if I use AI or ChatGPT, it may help me, but what's the point if I'm not learning from it? So for everyone, success is not everything. Success for the sake of winning is pointless if you can't learn from it. So as for my final quote, just remember this. If you fail, just fail fabulously. Laugh at it. And look at life and say, I did my best. Do your worst. Thank you for listening.
Well, when I tried to do something for myself, something that's unique or special, the excuses came flying. Oh, you're too young for that. Oh, you're too old for that. Oh, don't you think you're too overqualified for that? Oh, I think you're too dumb for that. I think you're too big for that. And my personal favorite and most famous line, you can't do it. The truth that hurts to admit, I believed. I believed those words and built walls around me based on those words and the wrong lines. And I believed until I asked myself one day, why am I leading people who have never tried walking in my shoes, who have never been in my shoes, dictate the way that I walk? Why am I letting people who don't even know me hold the pen to write my story? I realized these people do not know me the way I know myself. These people do not know my strengths, my abilities, my talents, and clearly these people do not know how I can turn my weakness into weapon, my scars into lesson, and my disappointments into achievements. They don't know me at all. So I ask, should I listen? Now let me tell you a little secret about listening. When you start listening to all the wrong voices, you stop listening to your own voice. When you are in an environment that tells you that you can't, when you are surrounded by the people that tells you that you can't, you stop existing in a world that I can ceases to exist. And for me, listening was like being chained down by chains, invisible chains of acting small, feeling little, and never enough. And when I realized that those chains were never actually locked down, I was the one who was holding them. And when I realized that, I dropped them. I dropped those chains, and the sound of those chains hitting the ground, it was freedom. Freedom from all the thoughts that hold me back down. And here's the truth. Listening is a choice. And I refuse to give my ears, my life, to all the people who want to see me crawl. Instead, I'll listen to the fire that is inside me that tells me that I can do more, achieve more, and be more. And I will listen to the quiet strength that tells me that I can do it. I will listen to faith, I will listen to hope, and I will surely listen to my feet marching towards greatness. Now, when you think about it, think about yourself a little bit for a moment. Who are you listening to? Are you listening to that friend who's telling you, oh, your dreams are too big? Are you trying to listen to that family member who's trying to tell you, trying to be realistic? Or are you listening to that small voice in your head telling you that you're not enough? Because if you are, today let me be a reminder that they do not know you. They do not know your limits, they do not own your story, and they do not have to be the soundtrack for your life. So the next time somebody throws doubts at you, the next time somebody throws these negative thoughts at you like fires, like stones, I want you to think that you can build a staircase or a wall. The choice is always yours. And as for me, I will always choose the staircase. I will always choose to rise. I will always rise above that noise. I will always rise above the limits. I will always rise above their doubts. And so I ask this question again. Should I listen? And because I know my limits and because I know myself more than everybody else, I say, I think not. Thank you very much.
How much time did this use?
5 minutes and 2 seconds.
5 minutes and 2 seconds. Judges will have 1 minute of silence. I guess we'll continue to our next contestant then. Okay, our next contestant is Rosemary Sangala. Please welcome her to the stage.
My question for you. If you had to live in a movie or a TV show, which movie would you pick?
So if I had to live in a TV show, that would be Friends. That's my favorite show all the time. I can relate to it all the time. Actually, it's my favorite TV show because every time I'm down, I take my PC and I open it. That's it. I'm good. Good morning, everybody. I'm Rosemary. I'm a student here. Most of us here are students. At least we're students. And I could choose some big topics, but I prefer to use something simpler, something more relatable. So we can use something like someone can say, being a student is easy. Wow, that person never been a student, actually. Because I'm sure if studying for an Olympic sport, most of us would even qualify for the warm-up round, that's for sure. We will be in the bleachers cheering for someone else with snacks in our hands. That's one thing I believe in. So I chose to walk you through the struggles of being a student. We're gonna go from the big semester life to the student's lifestyle. So let's start with the big semester life. At the beginning of every semester, we all know we make promises to ourselves. We always like, this semester I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna start studying early. I'm gonna be organized. I won't leave things until last minute. But we all know how it always ends. We end up procrastinating all the time. Let's move on to lectures. Lectures. Whenever we start a new semester, we start the lecture strong, full of hope. We walk in the classroom Notebooks ready, pens ready, determination on faces. And then the lecturer walks in. He starts his lecture. 10 minutes in, we're trying our best to stay focused, to follow whatever he's teaching. 15 minutes in, we are daydreaming. Suddenly, we realize the ceiling has cracks, and then you're wondering, these cracks they've been there, have always been there, like, I never seen them actually. You notice the stains on the walls, the dirty windows. But 30 minutes in, you have discovered the hidden talent, doodling. The notebook you prepared for the note now is for art. Forget about Picasso. Students are the true artists actually. I know we have that notebook is filled with drawings and stuff. It depends. Let's move on to the group project. The group project, the ultimate test of patience. There's always one student who does it all, and there are 2 or 3 others who provide moral support. And by moral support, I mean they show up the day before, and then they ask you, so what's I'm gonna present? It's so frustrating when you've been there working on the thing, which was supposed to be a group thing, and you're just there like, you don't know what to tell them. You just feel like telling them, okay, you should present yourself to the teacher's office, because I don't know what else to tell you. It's actually, I know you can tell how frustrating it can be. You've been working hard and then they just around chilling and you're just stressing over the thing which was supposed to be a group thing. I know some of you can relate. And then come the exam. Exams. It is the toughest time for me during the semester. All the teachers, they're like, don't memorize, try to understand. It is always advice actually, until you walk in the exam room, you open the paper, and then you realize you didn't either. Either you memorized, either you understood. You're just there, confused. And then suddenly, you are wishing for all the questions to be multiple choices. Because at least then, you have 25% chance of divine intervention. We all know the system here. We have multiple choices. We have true-false questions. We have the short answers, which can be so challenging if you didn't prepare. Because at least you have to have an idea of what you're doing in order to answer those questions. It can be tough if you didn't prepare. Finally, let's talk about the student's lifestyle. We all survive on instant noodles, coffee, and all the snacks you have out there. Our wallets are empty most of the time. They are empty. Our stress is full. But somehow there's money for Wi-Fi bundles. Because let's face it, no matter how broke we are, TikTok, Instagram, they must go on because life will be so overwhelming without those. At least they make life less stressful. So yes, being a student, it can be tough. We make promises we don't keep. We fight for our lives through the boring lectures. We stress a lot through the group projects. Then we realize, actually, they're not just struggles. They're just not complaints. They teach us so many things. They teach us resilience. Because I know all of us here, every morning we wake up and we're like, oh, I have to go there. But we keep going regardless. They teach us creativity. When you have to prepare for that exam, the last minute, and then humor, laughing at your own failure, like, well, it is what it is. What can I do? So yes, it is full of struggles. I'm sure one day we'll look back and we'll laugh at the sleepless nights, the doodles in our notebooks, and all the funny things we have in class. And I'm sure if we can survive students' life and all its chaos, then we can survive almost anything. That's for sure. Thank you.
Please let's give her another round of applause. How much time did she take there?
6 minutes and 45 seconds.
Judges will get 1 minute of silence.
Our next contestant is going to be Hannah Gita. Please let's give her a round of applause. What's one habit that you do throughout your day that instantly makes your mood brighter?
Affirmation. First off, my name is Hannah Gitana, and I'm third year accounting student. And a habit I do that gets me out of a negative emotion is affirmation. I somehow believe that. I'm so scared. Okay. So today the title of my speech is going to be rebellion against fear. First, when they told me if I wanted to compete in this competition, competition, I was like, why not? Let's face my fears. Let me get out and speak. And then I checked the team and it said authentic. And I was so excited because I was working on myself on that area to be authentic, to be real, and to be myself. So, and I found that fear and authenticity are deeply related. So why not talk about that? Why not talk about authenticity?
So why not talk about authenticity and fear and how are they related and how the existence of fear can affect our ability to be authentic. So first off, what is authenticity? Authenticity is to stand up for what you believe in and to not abandon what you... Authenticity is to not abandon what you believe in, what you value, in order to get acceptance and in order to get validation or applaud. Authenticity is living your truth, and that is so important for our lives in order to reach reality. I believe that. And fear, how is authenticity and fear related? And fear is something that tries to, save us from danger. And in the society we believe in, fear, authenticity is considered as danger because we might not be relatable, we might be different, and we might be judged. And since we are social animals, we do not like that. And when science says that since through evolution we survived through groups, so being out of that group, our brain takes that as a threat, as danger. So we fear, we fear that. We fear being in danger. But sometimes, even if fear is trying to protect us, it's also lying to us because think about it. What is this fear? For example, let's say speaking. I'm afraid to speak here. I was afraid to speak earlier, but what is this fear trying to protect me from? Judgment or standing up in front of you guys. But what danger does this cause me? Nothing. I'm speaking, but if I let that fear control me and hold me back and made me sit, I would have lost an opportunity to experience this. When you practice things, when you always, practice things and they kind of decrease. It's not going to be perfect, but it will be. And the fear of imperfection too. No human being is perfect. We all have our imperfections and we all have some fears. And as long as, I don't see the reason why we should have those fears. And recently I have discovered that most of my beliefs, even religion, my belief, the things I do, how I view things, are all based on fears. Higher self, society, losing friends, especially, and when you like someone, you fear that if I show them who they are, who I am, they might not like me, But why do they have to like me? I exist to be real. Who say that I have to be liked? I have to be real. I have to live my truth, and that's how we grow. And when you are authentic, the good part of authenticity is you attract the true peoples in your life that are going to love you as who you are. I'm not saying be authentic and ignore all other things, but what I'm saying is be authentic. And authentic peoples are not really ignorant. They know themselves, they observe themselves, so they're not really ignorant, and they learn. So share your truth, live your truth, and rebel against. Thank you so much. Let's give her another round. How much time did you use?
4 minutes and 49 seconds.
4 minutes and 49 seconds. Judges will now have their 1 minute of silence. Alright, now to our last contestant. Coming for her second try, Opsi Dictator, please give her a round of applause.
Thank you. Again, Oxygen Hatcher. I think I will do it again. So, the title of my speech will be Ownership. So, ownership. Again, let's imagine that a woman called Maria Mother Teresa, she was the woman in the middle of Calcutta trying to teach children about letters by writing something on the floor is a stick. And the place was so dirty that it was so hard for her to teach that lesson. Even in that harsh environment, she managed to teach students well so they can become better persons in the future. Another story, let's see about Ababa Bikila, the Ethiopian runner. In 1960, he went to Rome to participate in the Olympics. So he was given this shoe, but it didn't fit his feet, so he had to give up on the shoe, so he started the race with his barefoot. Most people say it was foolish to run barefoot, but Ababa learned something before. Every mistake teaches us a lesson. And with that lesson, we are going to discover what does not work, and also we discover what does work. So, the moral of the story, most of us, we abandon our past. We see our past like a very unwelcome guest, but our past is telling us, it's trying to teach us. Our past is the best teacher we have. It's trying to teach us, so we have to listen our past, embrace our present, and shape our future. With that being said, thank you.
Please give another round.
For the misunderstanding, but there is one more contestant. My question to you is, what's the funniest thing in your bucket list?
Hello everyone, my name is Vanna Chernet, and for the question, actually I don't think I have a funny thing, but it might be funny because I'm into like switching roles and seeing things from other people's perspective. So I have this, my favorite series that's called Friends, obviously, most of you may know it. And actually, Chandler Bing is my comfort character most of the time, and if it's a female, it's Jennifer Aniston, which is obviously Rachel. And I always imagine myself if I just take a leap of time and get back and be in their place, like how I would play it. And I don't know if it's funny, but sometimes I just think it's funny because, you know, I have many roles I just want to be in and experience. So the topic that I have for you guys today is called The Seed of Life. And I named it that way because we know like we've been told many times by many people who have abundant life that what we plant is what we reap. Even biblically, we've been told that many times. So it's not only about what we plant. I need you to focus on what we plant as much as like where we plant it, like on who, on what are we planting those seeds? Are we doing it for ourselves? Are we doing it for the people? Are we doing it for whatever the case may be? And as a society that we are growing in now, I don't want to be offensive, it's just like take it rationally, but we tend to like give all the things that we should give to ourselves first to the people so they can, give us a character. But we cannot build our character based on what people think of us, because people do change their ideas, perspective about us, whether we did good or we did bad, best, whatever the case may be. They're gonna change, they're gonna fluctuate, because it's all about emotions and feelings are just like waves, they come and go. So we should consider ourselves, our inner self first, and whatever we want to reap, whatever we want to get, we should plant it first inside of us. The love, the attention, the care, all the things, the dedication, everything for ourselves. And when you can feel it and when we can do it for ourselves, that's when we can give it to the others in its rawest form, in its true, authentic form, just like our friend Hannah said. It's about being authentic, and being authentic starts from planting those seeds inside of us. So my main point, I'm going to highlight this because many people just brush it off because of our traditional aspect and background. I don't want to be offensive here, but our parents doesn't know everything. As much as there's things that they know, they don't know many things. Our family in general, they only implement things for us to do based on what they lived and what they experienced. And time changed. My time and my parents and my family's time are not the same. It cannot be. The timeline changed. So take it into consideration, but do whatever is best for you, whatever you feel. And to know that actually you should listen to your emotions, as much as emotion is changing as a wave, just as I said. It's also an indicator, a signal for us to feel the moment so we can embark whatever is needed for our future. For example, as much as there's good emotions, there are bad emotions, negative emotions too. And most of the time we actually brush it off and doesn't see, and tend to work out things like doing affirmations and many things. But actually we should feel it, we should live it in the moment, we should know it. For example, I do believe these three emotions actually hold a big thing for us. For example, fear means actually that something really matters and we should really try it or work it out or figure it out. And anxiety means that you are not here, you're actually not in your present, but rather in your future, and you're stressed out about it. And it's a sign for you to come back and live in the moment, be in the present, do whatever is needed in the present. And the other thing is, aside from fear and anxiety, is anger, which we naturally tend to have on a different scale. Obviously, not everyone have the same anger issues. And anger it indicates that something that we have stated as a boundary is trespassed or broken, and that means we need to take an action to mend that boundary that was broken. So work on your emotions, listen to your inner self, do what is best for yourself, not what's best for the community or society so you could get accepted. Do it for yourself, be yourself. And when you listen to yourself and when you plant those seeds that you plant on the other people, to your own self, in your own life, that's when you can be truly authentic and have the strength to live the present and embark on the future. So thank you for your time.
Let's give her another round of applause, please. Timer, how much time did you take? 5 minutes and 14 seconds. Our judges will have their 1 minute of silence. The 1 minute is up. Now, to finalize our speech contest, we're going to have a 10-minute break where judges will get the time to tally up their scores. Until then, everybody can get refreshments and network with everyone. Thank you.
Hello again. Hope you had a refreshing break. Did everyone have a refreshing break?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So for the award ceremony, I'm gonna give the stage to our former president. So Yana, please welcome to NFU.
Hi everyone, it's nice to be back on the stage. I feel like I have my power back again. The Toastmasters, I'm so glad to see that they have organized this amazing contest for us, because the Toastmasters is a place where we come together and we help each other build ourselves up, we help each other network, and most importantly, it's a place where we conquer our fears of speaking in front of a crowd or a bunch of people. So I'm so happy with the work that they've done, and I'm very proud of everyone who took the courage to be part of the speech contest, because it takes a lot of courage to be on the stage and speak, and I appreciate that you guys all did that. So for the award ceremony, I would like to invite our own Toastmaster DTM Robert, so that he can give the gift to our contestants. This certificate award would be for all our contestants. We are going to be saving the best for last. That is who won this speech contest. So for our certificate of appreciation, I would like to call Toastmaster Sumaya Said. Let's give her a round of applause. Toastmaster Khalid Ahmed. Toastmaster Adela Andana. Toastmaster Alia Ramazan. Toastmaster Bangla Chandler. Toastmaster Opsi Bihacho. Toastmaster Hannah Bihana. Toastmaster Rosemary Salama. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, of course I'm not going to announce the winners with just this round of applause. So we have this thing where we do add St. Mary's University Gavel Club, we do drum rolls. So can I get a drum roll, please? Sir, please, I would like to call upon Rosemary Sangala. Another round of drum rolls, of course. For our second ladies, I would like to call Lali.
I'm stealing this certificate from my family's face.
Now for the first place, I expect it to be the loudest drum roll. For giving us the ceremony and for our closing remarks. And for our closing remarks, we will hear a couple of words from our own counselor, Toastmaster Tia Magdalena McCurry.
So one of the things that I always say, the best gift you could give to yourself is time. Time to work on yourself. That's the best gift. And for those of you who took part in the competition, I'm super happy to see you on the stage, owning your fears and delivering whatever message that you've had. It doesn't matter whether it was a challenge, whether you missed some of the lines that you've had, what really matters is you did it. And looking back, if I had what you have now, when I was in college, I would have been completely a different person. But what really matters is that you're doing it today. And for those of you who are not Toastmasters, who just came just to support your friends, this is a place where you should be. It helps you to grow, it helps you to be a better person. 4 years, 5 years along the way, on your career path, it's not your degree that counts the most. It is the quality of personality you have developed on you, on top of the degree that really matters. You might use your CV to get into the job, but it is the skills that you have that helps you to grow within the organization. In some books, they say it is a soft skill. I call it as a human skill. It helps you to be better in the environment that you work in. Invest in yourself, work on yourself, make the most of your journey in the Gavel Club. And you have a supporting environment that helps you to grow better. You might fall. We talked about failure. There are a number of people who are going to tell us a lot of things. But this place is a place where feedback matters. This place is a place where failure helps you better. Between me, Robert, and Betty, and also Dagi, we've been in Toastmasters for quite some time. I can tell you how many times we've failed delivering a speech. I, for myself, have done as many speeches, but half of it, I've repeated it. The reason being is you could only refine the content in you by the time you invest in it. So make time, spend as much time on yourself, and the better version of you is still in the making. Perfection is an illusion. Aspire to be better than what you were yesterday.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Magdalena. So with that being said, this was the ending of our annual speech contest, and I expect most of you to be joining us at our normal sessions, which we are always holding bi-monthly, which we hold bi-monthly. So thank you so much for dedicating your time and energy to being part of something amazing, and we expect to see you back next year, and we expect the audience to be a contestant when we see you next time. So with that being said, thank you so much, and that will be it.